like you're involved with not involved with, had run-ins with the Crips.
Oh, yeah.
Because you said they were heavily involved.
Oh, yeah.
Can you just tell that one story?
Well, let's see.
I just think you're badass.
She is the most badass.
She is, and it's like we got to let people know it's not just.
We could talk about Cream, and one of the young women who worked for me, who had been on the street before, who I'd rescued from the street. She's very smart, very accomplished, and she was working with a detective in the sheriff's department in the gang unit. And the gang unit had called our offices, and they wanted to know why our phone number was on this phone. And it turned out that we had the girl that they needed, that the Crip was running. But we lost the girl. She was back on the streets. And we said, yeah, we got it. We got her. We can find her. Come to find out, he's all tatted up. He tattooed his name on the face of 51 girls. So she went to juvenile hall, and we always went to juvenile hall and spoke to the kids in a group. But this time she was just looking for faces that had the tattoo. She found 13 kids. So she worked to get them out and get them relocated through just informal contacts through juvenile hall and probation and the police, who were helpful. Then LAPD, she goes to LAPD. She says, why didn't you do this case? You've had this case for 2 years. And she's raising hell. And she walks into some police conference, and this cop is up there taking credit for her investigation, her findings. Course, yeah. And she was just devastated because she was young. It was like the first time that happened to her. And then the sheriff's department, the gang unit, they were the ones who brought us the case. Now the FBI gets involved. And it's very cute.
Uh-oh.
She comes to my office and she says, I need your help. And I said, what? She said, well, today LAPD's coming. It's okay. She said, the sheriffs are coming. It's okay. And the FBI. It's okay. So I said, we'll sit them down at the dining room table downstairs. And so they come in and we sit down and we start talking. And they say, where's the kids? And she says, I've relocated them. And they're in safe situations. And if you need them to testify, get them to testify. We'll fly them in. We'll pay for it. You don't need to know where they are, right? The FBI said, no, you're going to give us the information and then you're out. And she said, let me tell you something. You don't have a case without these kids. So we're not out. We're involved. Oh, they were so furious. She's like probably 24 years old and just like me. You know, it's like, because I raised her. And LAPD's, started to say something. She says, look, you had this case for 2 years. You did nothing. Don't you dare even say anything in this meeting. She says, if we do the case, we'll do it with the sheriffs. So the agreement was, and I just kind of sat there and just smiled through the whole thing. I was so proud of her. And so we decided to do the case with the sheriffs. The sheriff's kind of new to the human trafficking at that point. So the sheriff's, it's in some other different county. And the guy has gone through human trafficking school, the prosecutor. They have all this human trafficking training. They don't know anything.
Right, of course not.
So anyway, he's going to do the case. And so the sheriffs go down and talk to him. They talk to the prosecutor. And the guy agrees to wear a undercover microphone and to go out and set up all the pimps, the Crip pimps in Compton, if they give him only 6 years. Because this is his third strike. He was going to jail for life. Mm-hmm. And they agreed.
Thanks to Biden.
and they agreed. The prosecutor agreed to it. Sheriffs go back to the sheriff's station to get their audio equipment and stuff. And they go back to hook him up and do their little sting. And they say to the DA, where is he? She says, well, I gave him the 6 years. He's in prison. Why? He said, well, he hasn't done anything yet. They said, but he agreed to it. But he hasn't done anything yet. Do you think he's going to do something now? He conned you. Yeah. So it's like, it's really hard to bring new people to the game, particularly if they don't want to listen to you because you're women, and no matter how much they'll never give you credit for what it is, So, it's just a bundle. It's really been bungling to have all these new people come to the trafficking who don't know, because the only people who really know, in my opinion, are vice cops. The ones who are out there in the car, in those shabby cars. They're dirty. Their hair is they're
unkempt.
Oh, thank you, unkept, and driving around and it's dark. And
well, the only people that know the game are people who live the game.
Well, and they live the game too. They're part of the game too.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But sorry, you told me the Crips know who you are. Is what I was getting at. Yeah, I just think that's so. You're not scared.
No, I
They
post
like
stuff on
her.
their Facebook.
Yeah, they like you.
They like her.
Why?
Well,
'Cause
I
she's
don't know if they
righteous.
like me that much,
Yeah.
but I mean, the
They
thing
know.
is I'm part of the game. I mean, for Snoop Dogg to call up,
Yeah.
and say he's going to be the MC for my 25th anniversary, and I did this interview with this black woman reporter, and she really wanted to lay out Snoop Dogg, and I didn't really have anything against him. And I said, "You really want to get him?" And she said, "Yeah." It's okay. So we're doing the interview and stuff. And she says, "And tell me about Snoop Dogg." I said, "Well, he's a federal snitch." She said, "What?" I said, "Yeah." I says, "How else do you get your charges dropped taking a gun through an airport?"
That's
Right?
true, right?
So that was my little tip
Well,
for tat.
everybody in Hollywood is a federal snitch,
Pretty much.
right? That's
Pretty
the
much.
truth. Everybody who, this is what I found out. All the stories in the Inquirer are given by even more guilty stars, and they trade on.
Mhm.
Oh, here I got something on my friend. Here's a
Yeah.
good story. The inside thing is from guilty stars who turn in their friends
Mhm.
for a story because all about the story. Well, we won't write about you. This is like Bill Cosby for 30 years.
Yeah.
He turned in everybody else to
Yep.
keep himself out. So did OJ. So did,
And P. Diddy's done the same thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but they're all federal,
And I mean, and
they're
the
Inquirer
feds confirmed
snitches.
that he was a snitch. So
Yeah.
it's not like a secret.
Yeah.
Wonder why they turned on him then. He must have stopped
I
snitching.
think he was a snitch because he had very famous people in his house.
Yeah.
And so he was giving them all the information, and they got the information they wanted, and they thought, "Oh, no more. Your turn."
Jeez.
It's everybody's turn all the time. I
Mhm.
mean, nobody gets away
Yeah,
with
you
it
don't
forever.
really play with these people,
No. Who do you think is, well, I think, yeah, it's just, it's all the game. It's
Mhm.
all 100% the game. It's all a pimp game. Pimps up, hoes down,
Yeah.
all the way to the State Department.
Mhm.
And they don't ever listen to women. I mean, women are always suspect.
Well, and they still don't get promoted into
No.
positions of control and stuff. I mean,
Well, unless they have a penis. Those women,
some of them do.
Those women get all the rewards.
So you see,